I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite
podcast
on the Citadel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Accidentally Casual, a podcast where we try to catch them all. I am Tucker from Talking About Games, and with me are the voices in my head, Scott from BioWare Babbling.
Oh, he'll never suspect that I actually talk from his spleen!
And Seeker from England.
Who we just lost the Euro 2021, so...
Yes, to Italy. So
yeah, we did. So if you want to know exactly when this was taped.
Are you a big football fan?
No, I hate it.
Was it still like a thing of like, did you want your country to win, or were you joining everyone else that was kind of saying like,
I
fuck
wanted
England?
to know how much I should be braced for like riots and shit happening. Thankfully, I don't live in too bigger place, so it was unlikely to actually intervene. But it was just like, I've seen footage all day of people being just ridiculous, and it's always worse in terms of like mess and shit when we win. So
Yeah, fair.
Are things popping off in Italy right now? I don't really know. I imagine so.
yeah, I mean, I imagine.
So, it has been a while since we've had a podcast. The last one was me, just kind of by myself talking, which goes to show that, yes, I can talk to myself for about an hour.
Once again, can't we all?
Yeah.
I realized, I didn't realize that I did this, like, consciously, but I realized I still walk around, like, in my head imagining, oh, what if I could cast, like, magic spells and shit, just to entertain myself around the house, and I'll make little hand gestures, be like, "Ooh, if I cast spells, that would be it." Because I'm sane that way.
I'm sure everyone's had little fancy things like that.
See, my version of that is I sing sea shanties while I'm in the dairy cooler. Because, like...
Don't we all do that?
I mean...
Maybe not sea shanties specifically, but, yeah.
Wait, why she shanty part specifically, but not the dairy freezers part? Why did you call out the she? Why is that the more unrealistic part? I'm curious about your day-to-day adventures.
Tell you what, that's funny though, because most of this week I've had an idea for a D&D character of a siren. So I've been like on Pinterest looking at like dark ocean shit and listening to sea shanties. So honestly, my week has been nothing but sea shanties. So it's kind of amusing that you've brought that up.
So do you just like go into dairy coolers on a regular basis and just hang out in there or something?
Just start stealing cheese.
Or is it just that hot there in the heat wave that you're just like, I stay here now.
Yeah.
Man,
no, 100%. Yeah. Nah.
Man,
am I gonna go outside
Northwest,
where it's like 110 degrees, or am I gonna go into my cooler where it's 32 degrees? Yeah, I'm gonna go in there. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been about 110 degrees up here in the Pacific Northwest, up here in Seattle, where it's not supposed to get that hot.
Why can't Americans just adapt to fucking Celsius? The rest of the world uses Celsius. You're the only ones that use
Fahrenheit. I mean, the metric system is way better when it comes to measuring distance and everything like that. How it's all just like
I'm gonna say this right now.
10.
Nah, man. The metric system is superior in every way, shape, and form.
I would say, with the exception of Fahrenheit, is much better for us to measure temperature than Celsius.
No.
Maybe
Absolutely.
Like, for like scientific basis of okay, it has to be this specific. But if you just want a general impression of whatever the fuck the weather is doing at the moment, I don't understand why you can't just vibe with fucking Celsius.
I'm gonna say
because Fahrenheit is so much more precise, and also Fahrenheit is livable with us. Celsius is just
gonna say this right
from
now.
0.1 to like from 0 to 20 or something is like what humans can live in. Or
I'm
something
gonna
like that.
say this right now, as someone who has had to actually do science shit in Celsius and in Fahrenheit, I can 100% tell you right now, Celsius is better.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about just a day-to-day thing, getting temperatures
you
and stuff like that.
just conceded that Celsius
No,
is better,
when it comes
and
to
you are
science,
still
when it comes to that stuff, I'm
arguing.
just saying when day-to-day stuff, Fahrenheit is so much better because it's more precise when it comes to
Scott,
like,
did you just hear
what you're
Tucker
going for.
concede that Celsius is better and then still keep talking?
I said, yeah, when it comes to scientific
No,
measurements.
no, no! You said Celsius is better. You conceded.
When it comes to scientific measurement, yes, because I understand
Okay,
that they're
hold on,
using
wait a
the
minute.
boiling point
So-
of water as the focus point. But when you're talking about Fahrenheit with temperature, you're focusing more on people. Like,
Anyway,
the
video
difference
games.
between 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit
Tucker, I will
is
beat you
so
with a
much
thermometer.
better
I swear
than
to
like
God.
15 to 20 degrees
I'm
Celsius.
gonna find a thermometer and I'm gonna beat you with it.
Like, quite literally, you can't use half of Celsius as a temperature.
Yes, you
because
can.
We can't
Yes,
live
you
in
can.
that.
100%
We can't
can.
live in that.
God, we
You
do!
can
We can live
Celsius
in 80
has-
degrees Celsius.
Jesus.
Can we live in 80 degrees Celsius?
No! Why
Can
would
we
you
live in
want
60
to?
degrees
Celsius, that
Celsius?
would be-
Can we
Why
live
is
in
that an
60 degrees
issue?
Celsius? But can we live in 60 degrees Celsius?
Not nicely.
54,
but
no.
maybe.
54,
What about-
like what? No, 54, like 50 to 60 degrees Celsius is about what we've been going through in the Northwest. Which
So when
I
you're
think
talking then about temperature of just like, oh, this is what the weather's like today, there's about 40 degrees in there that you can't use. Same thing with on the other side. Like, you can't, humans can't really live in 0 degrees Celsius because that's water freezing.
well, yeah, it's called fucking Antarctica, buddy.
Yes!
Or the Arctic,
So that's why
or
Fahrenheit
Canada.
is much better. Because you can actually get a better idea. What,
I
like,
don't-
telling the difference
Trying
between
to
10 and
forcibly
15
steer
degrees
this conversation
Celsius.
onto video games. Jesus
No,
Christ.
no. The difference between 10 and 15 degrees
I'm gonna
Celsius
fucking
is
kill you,
so
Tucker.
far
I'm gonna hire an
different
assassin on the
than
dark
the
web
difference between
and write
70 and
and
80
he's gonna
degrees
write
Fahrenheit. Like,
Celsius is better on the fucking walls
It is.
in blood. I swear to God. I swear to
Fahrenheit
Tucker.
is so much better when it comes to measuring temperature.
No, it's not, dude. It's a frame of reference sort of thing where, like, if you
Yes, or the
literally
frame of
grow
reference
up
you have
with
for Fahrenheit
Celsius,
is like 200 degrees.
no, if you grow up with like Celsius, then yeah, no, saying like, oh, it's only like, holy shit, it's fucking 54 degrees Celsius, it's hot as shit, versus saying, oh, it's like 110, which I don't think that conversion's 100% spot on, but nah. But 100 degrees Fahrenheit, guess what? It's the same fucking temperature. It's still hot as shit regardless.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
saying
literally
the
just a
temperature's
reference
different.
in number. That's
Yes,
all
but
it is.
It is a more specific frame of reference. We're not talking about measuring points of boiling water. We're just talking about temperature for us. That's why, like, scientific measurements, yeah, Celsius makes more sense for that because you're measuring liquids.
Shut up!
No, you can.
I refuse to entertain any. No, everyone shut up now. We are not talking about this anymore because otherwise I will fucking yeet myself out of the fucking window. Okay? Now.
Something
on
that's
to
also better, I
literally
got the
anything
Xbox
else.
Series X.
I think
And
he just did.
Bravo.
the Xbox Series X has honestly been phenomenal. There
Good
is
for
a
you.
thing about it. The quick resume. I don't know if the PlayStation 5 has it. I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
I
Where
wouldn't know. I haven't
it-
been able to get a hold of one.
Oof.
I haven't even tried to
where-
get my hands on either.
I tried last week for the first time in fucking months and I still couldn't fucking do it.
With the Xbox, I mean, with the PS4 and Xbox One, you were able to kind of minimize a game and run an app or something like that, and you could relaunch the game. This is like the 2.0 version of it, and it is like I can run Red Dead Redemption 2 and close the game, like minimize it in a sense, and launch GTA 5. Play that game for a bit, and swap back to Red Dead Redemption 2, and it takes about 2 or 3 seconds for the game to
Why,
load up,
though?
and then it is right where you left off, and I've
What
even
the-
been mid
Why
cutscene,
though?
and
Jesus.
I've been able to
would
turn the
you do
Xbox
this?
off and able to match all that stuff, and you can do this with up to like 5 different games. And honestly, that is the most
Why?
exciting thing to me.
Who needs this?
With the
Who
new
besides
console.
Tucker? In the comments, if anyone needs this as a feature other than Tucker.
Oh no, this is a
please tell us.
phenomenal, honestly a phenomenal feel. Like if you're playing an RPG game or something like that, like let's say you're playing Skyrim and then some friends got on and they're like, hey, we want to play some Siege or some Halo, like just a different game.
Yeah,
You can
but I could just
pop that
close
in.
the RPG.
But you don't
and
need
then
to
jump
is the
on
thing now. And it doesn't affect the frame rate of the other game or anything like that. It like just freezes the game and just puts it in this deep sleep state that it can immediately awaken without affecting any other. It's just a faster way to get back to some games. It
Right.
is a phenomenal feature.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And if I ever get my hands on a fucking PS5, I will happily report if that is ones that feature.
The only exceptions are like more multiplayer specific games, like Dead by Daylight isn't a quick resume game. Same thing with Rainbow Six Siege, because those are like server based with them.
Yeah.
Or at least that's just my kind of understanding of it. But I'm even able to quick resume backwards compatible games with the 360. It's not just games are specifically made with this feature. It's just something the Xbox does. I can quick resume. I've been getting the achievements in the original Lego Star Wars 2, the episodes 4, 5, and 6 one.
Tucker,
Um,
this kind of shit is what gets you
and
on watch lists.
Playing
Of just
Lego
being
games?
like-
Is it?
Not playing
Is it?
Lego
Well,
games.
I mean,
just-
there
Look,
is a thing about the
okay.
Capitol riots and Lego sets being used with that. But anywho,
I was about to
the
say,
Lego
like-
thing has that game even has a quick resume, and so I've been able to run that game in the background. And right now, I'm just trying to farm points. So I've been replaying one mission over and over and over that I know a route to get high points or studs in. And after playing the level 3 times, I'm like, I want to like play some GTA 5 or something again. Can pop that switch, like swap right over to that, play around for a little bit and be like, okay, no, I'll go back to grinding some more studs and load right back in. Takes like 2 seconds.
Damn.
And there's no frame drop, there's no stuttering or anything as it tries to get it's as if I just hit pause on the game and just hit play.
Damn.
It's
Okay.
phenomenal.
Okay, because it seems that Tucker is a little high energy this particular podcast, so we're gonna.
Because-
I'm gonna just to
More
kind
like
of
high temperature.
just to run that brain of yours a little bit. I'm going to do something we haven't actually done on the podcast for a while. I'm going to go to the podcast questions tab of our Discord.
Oh,
and I'm
shit,
going to-
right.
Yes, because we have one of those, and I remember it existed.
Oh my
and
god,
I
we
was
do.
like,
I
"Oh,
completely
no."
forgot.
Yes, and we also have the accidentally casual email, which I have access to, which I shall also have a glance at. So I'm going to leave you guys to discuss this question that was thrown.
I think
in there.
Seeker's just trying to think of a question herself.
No, shut up. This is my show now.
Love you, Seeker.
I love you too, honey. So you guys can discuss whether Mass Effect would work as an MMO.
I think Mass Effect could work absolutely as an
How?
MMO and an RTS.
That's a debate? That's a question? Hell
Yeah.
fucking
It could
yes it would!
It could absolutely work as an MMO.
How would it? Yeah!
It'd be akin to like Star or something like that. You'd have different races though that you would pick, and
Yeah. That wouldn't even be hard to, I feel like that
easy.
that would.
What about other genres though? Because RTS, yes.
Yeah, RTS you could definitely pull off, no problem.
I think a VR game that would be kind of cool would be something not action. I mean, there maybe could be some action in it in a sense of like a target range or something like that, but a VR game that allows you to walk around the Citadel, Omega, and
This is
things
an
like that.
interesting one, just as an
And
extension of this.
You'd be able to you know, like you could go to some shooting range and stuff and do some of the things like that and be in simulations, but it would be more of like just actually being around in the area, and you could even walk inside the Normandy or.
So, with the growing popularity of role-playing games, especially with GTA, sorry, not role-playing games, just role-playing in games, especially with GTA RP, the Mass Effect universe is probably one of the best to do RP in alongside Star Wars. Do you think BioWare should look at the new Mass Effect with an open-world section that allows players to do RP? And they suggest,
isn't that already their goal?
Yeah, but like, I think that's sort of interacting with other players, maybe.
I mean,
I'm not so familiar with GTA as an RPG thing.
It honestly kind of reminds me of Anthem a little bit, where you could have like, you did have like a social hub area where like people could gather and stuff like that. And like, granted, that game was built to be sociable, I guess.
Man, Anthem got done dirty.
So yeah, one of the things I am kind of that I'll probably talk up later is that Mark Dara actually, there was a huge interview with him. I can't remember who did the interview, but it was a phenomenally done interview. But two, Mark Dara, he like, I don't want to say like he spilled the tea on everything, because it sounds almost like he like released all the hottest new drama or like all the good, like, nah, it was just maybe enlightening, just like, yeah, no, here's kind of what happened, here's...
Oh, he showed us the light.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just in a really professional way, I guess. I don't know. So, but
that's
on that, yeah, I mean, like, I think something like that for Mass Effect could work really well, because, like, especially, like, one thing, and I don't remember if you could do this in the Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, if you could customize the outfits for the multiplayer section.
I don't think I even
could.
played it once.
Yeah.
That's really bad, because I liked the
You could customize your
ME3
character.
MP.
Okay.
I'm sure you could customize it a little bit, but just...
Yeah, because I know you can
I
customize
do
the
hope
weapons.
they do that thing where they announce that, oh, we're going to do the multiplayer as separate to the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because you can still find matches on the ME3 multiplayer.
Oh yeah, if they
It's
remember
still very good.
Do y'all remember with Mass Effect Andromeda, they also released a mobile app alongside it?
Yep.
Remember how that was like
I
a
still
thing?
have it.
Of course.
Like
You do.
Assassin's Creed Unity also had an app thing of it.
the
GTA
wildest one
5
was
had
the
an
Kingdom
app
Hearts
expansion. What was that one?
Because the Kingdom Hearts one was insane, because like all Kingdom Hearts thing, but basically
For which game was it?
The first for in the lead up to 3, I forget what it was called. It was like, because they all have fucking wild names. So trying to be like, was that the mobile game? Was that one of the fucking Vita games, or God knows what? You know, I'm just joking, but like, it's for the app game. The first, like, I think 100 players to complete it got their names put in the climax of the fucking game, because suddenly
what?
There's a whole bit where Sora's surfing a whole load of keyblades, and all these names start popping up. And I was like, those look like usernames, and then I then subsequently found out that they were all like players who'd completed the app game that were then put into the final one to help Sora defeat, Xehanort one.
Yeah, Sora's really learning the power of friendship as he turns to his side and sees XX Quickscope 360XX.
Oh, you wouldn't believe
right
some
by
of
his
them. I was
side.
just like, what the fuck? I think they said like, you've got to you got to have a username within certain guidelines, but they weren't too heinous, but they were very clearly usernames. That was why I was just like, what the fuck?
I mean, it is interesting when company, like, I get the appeal and I understand why companies try to use outside things as ways to keep the player interacted in the game. But
Yeah, I know Destiny has one, but that seems to be more to help with like item management or something like that.
Yeah,
as
I
opposed
don't
to, like,
think
an
there's
additional
an
things
game
like that.
mode.
Yeah.
I think it's unofficial. I don't think there's an official
Well,
Yeah,
Anthem
it's definitely an
also.
official one.
companion.
Well,
Or
Anthem.
is there one?
Anthem also has a companion app that was mainly used for like finding clans and stuff like that when that finally released. So
Does World of Warcraft have one?
probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe. Probably some fan
Like,
ones,
I'm
for sure.
wondering-
I'm not sure about official
Yeah,
ones.
like there's absolutely fan ones. I'm just wondering about official ones that actually allow you to interact and move
Thinking
around
of
with your player,
World of
pretty much.
Warcraft for a second there. Did you see when Laura Bailey got up and sang the Daughter of the Sea at like one of the Blizzard cons or something? Because that was fucking great.
No.
I've listened to that about 20 times this week.
Ooh. Was there a BlizzCon recently?
Not recently. That was like a year or two ago.
Oh.
But it was dope because it's Laura Bailey.
Probably 2 years ago or something, not during the pandemic.
No, I don't think it was during the pandemic. Now I think about it. Yeah.
No.
Time is soup.
Really?
That's how I
But-
feel now.
Time is soup?
Time is soup.
Well, EA Play is also coming up soon,
Like next week? Or the
but
week
no
after?
Mass Effect.
Yeah. Well, no,
No,
it's the
I
22nd,
think-
I believe. It's the 22nd.
So in
Yeah.
like 2 weeks.
The devs have all come out in force to say, nope, there's no Dragon Age or Mass Effect going to be at EA Play Live, which
Yeah.
is very surprising because
Yeah.
I was sat there thinking, like, wait a second. So EA's been sort of making stirrings about, you know, a Dead Space remaster in the style of the Resident Evil Capcom style of the new.
Oh yeah, I'm
Resident
excited
Evils.
for that.
Yeah, so hopefully that's good. But other than that, what are they going to be doing with EA Play Live then? Is it just going to be sports ball, cars, and fucking Dead Space? Is
Probably.
that gonna be it?
Battlefield 2042,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm also super excited for. That is that game is what finally pushed me over to, okay, I need to get the newer generation.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox Series X and the PS5 will allow 128 player lobbies, while Xbox One and PS4 will allow 64 player lobbies.
Jesus.
Well,
And then
I'm very
PC
keen
is
to-
128.
Oh, that's
So many players. Oh my
I'm
god.
very keen
I'm so excited.
to get a PS5 because I want to play Final Fantasy VIII Intermission. Is that the one with Yuffie and stuff? But unfortunately, can't get one for love nor money at the moment.
You know, I mean, there's still like I got lucky with mine. I was just like refreshing a page and multiple places were sold out, but Walmart still had some, and I was like, yo.
How did
Yes.
Walmart? That surprises the shit out of me.
That was just online shopping.
Yeah, fair.
As you do. I
But oof,
Yeah.
I mean, 2042, they're showing off supposedly a new game mode entirely to Battlefield. I don't know exactly what it might be, but I'm just something I'm really excited for is the dynamic kind of stuff that it appears that will happen in the game. Like, one map has a rocket that takes off, and there's a chance that the rocket doesn't take off successfully and can blow up, and the way that it blows up is dynamic or something, and can be different each
That
time.
sounds
The
like
tornado
pure
that
chaos.
comes in
Mhm. Oh yeah, for
on
sure.
one map is unpredictable in the manner, and actually, like, in the gameplay video, there was an osprey that was on the ground that was being pulled up into the air by the tornado, and someone was getting into the osprey as it was being picked up and trying to take off away from, like, that's so cool. And that is what I love so much with the Battlefield series, is the gameplay itself lends itself to cinematic moments. And Battlefield 2042 doesn't have a campaign. They've said that they're not doing any campaign for it, and some people are upset. And well, yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting thing, but I think it makes a lot of sense because rather than splitting development,
there's a lot of series that have sort of developed almost two entirely separate communities in and of itself. Like for instance, with like Mass Effect 3, you had the BioWare fans that are there for, you know, heavy RPG stuff, and that's what they're there for the lore and the story and the characters. And then you had people who are just like, nope, the multiplayer is dope as shit, and I'm here for that. And if it's just, you know, if you want to split the series into here's the multiplayer one and here's the single player one, you know, provided you've got you can coordinate those two teams so they still feel, you know, like they have all the hallmarks of the same things you love, then I don't understand why you can't do that.
I wonder. I'm wondering.
And there's also the development time as well.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You'd have to develop and put budget towards that, getting voice actors or actresses, motion capturing, doing all that stuff.
Well, if it's all in the same house, you could just, you know, say.
Well, yeah, but
the thing though with
to give an example of what we've seen recently with the Legendary Edition, I mean, they came out saying like we thought we originally were planning on bringing out the remaster, but it was going to take the same amount of work.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like it was going to take the same to get the multiplayer remastered and running. Was the same amount of work as to get Mass Effect 1 up and running and remastered. So I think there's that aspect of it we have to kind of remember too, of like, it's fucking hard. And I'm even sure, even from just even the hiring perspective of just, you know, you can't, you know, you have to hire out people with really different, you know, expertise and stuff like that for a multiplayer game. That might not be able to translate as well for a single player. But I do think that might be an industry trend of... Because a lot of people were like, no, we do multiplayer and we do, you know, and a campaign. And that was true for a long time. And then they tried monetizing the shit out of the multiplayer, kind of hurt their sales. And then games like Fallen Order just showed you like, hey... Well, and I also think like God of War and a few others showed like, hey...
Sony is like leading the charge of like, you know, single player is the way to go, and you know,
not even that
most of their single player exclusives have been fucking insanely good in terms of just like not what am I trying to say? Not jeopardizing the single player vision for a tacked on multiplayer mode.
Yeah,
there is a rumor that Fallen Order 2 will be announced at EA Play, but I think Battlefield, that series itself, specifically getting rid of single player and just focusing on multiplayer, I think that works well for it because DICE is really
what I want them to announce?
Well at creating immersive gameplay. Like,
absolutely.
The maps are for not just Battlefield, but as well as Battlefront. Like Battlefront 2 had its issues and stuff with the loot boxes and Congress having to step in. But, I mean, if you play that game, you put your headphones on, you're just running through as a normal stormtrooper or droid or something like that, and you're hearing the sound, like the sound design with all the explosions echoing off and the lasers going off, or if you're playing Battlefield 5 and it's a tank shell flying by you or something like that. It's incredible.
My favorite version of that was Battlefield 1. The like tutorial / opening mission that you did where you were, I think in that one
where you played normal people.
And the crazy thing was that they would do is that one, it was just this super immersive thing where you had to stop, like you were just stop the offensive, you know, and you just had to keep on falling back, and then you would, and if you got killed, it would say the name of the, you know, that soldier who had died. And then they would go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and it was...
Yeah, just like pop over to the soldier to his left, and now you're in control of that person, and...
Yeah, well, and
same objective until you die. And
well, yeah, and
you
it
know
was...
what I'd love for them to announce? Because there was... do you know who Amy Hennig is?
Amy... That name sounds really familiar.
Okay, so she was the lead writer and I believe the director of the Legacy of Kain series, and then Naughty Dog hired her to be like, hey, we want some like Pulp Fiction kind of action hero and shit. How about Nathan Drake and Uncharted? So they said, go do that. And she did, and she's one of the best talents in writing in video games. I fucking said it. And this is insane because EA had her working on a Star Wars project and cancelled it. And from what I can glean of like the teeny tiny tidbits, it seems to be of a similar vibe to something like the Mandalorian Disney Plus show in terms of like it was going to be a slightly more grounded and really feeling like the tactile world of existing in the Star Wars game while still having, the higher stakes and all that. And, oh god, if they just said, look, we made a mistake, clearly people actually really like Mandalorians, so we've given Amy Hennig all the money to make this new game, that would be great. That would be my EA wish.
Well,
Besides, just more Mass Effect and Dragon Age, obviously.
Yeah.
They might do more Star Wars announcements then, because if they do Fallen Order 2, I could imagine that there would be other Star Wars announcements.
Considering that seems to be the only thing they want to bank on is just fucking Star Wars, which is fine, but, there's so many IP they have that are just not being used or utilized in a way that's actually fun. And they just... Because that's the thing that drives me nuts is... Yes, Dead Space. We'll get to Dead Space.
Seems like that was coming back.
Because the thing about, like, rights and, who gets to make what off the rights of what, the rights, they have to keep paying to hold on to the rights. And this is the thing that movie studios do a lot, which is they may own the rights to something, but they don't want to make a movie for it, so they'll just buy them anyway, or make a crap movie and just be like, oh, just for the sole purpose of hanging on to the rights. And it drives me insane, because it's just like, you could just let artists who desperately want to tell stories about this, but no, just because the phantom profits you might have if you actually do this thing you're doing nothing with eventually might weigh up against someone else telling stories of it. It drives me insane. And that's kind of why I feel EA is doing at the moment, because like I said, you've got the fucking sports games, you've got the car games, and it's like, I remember being so fucking frustrated with the latest, I think it was the latest Forza one, I blanked out, I can't remember if it's Forza one, but saying like, oh look, you can drive in the desert and you can count the individual needles of the fucking cactus plants, and I was like, who the fuck is doing that in a car game? You're speeding past it at like 100 miles an hour, why are you counting the needles of the fucking cactuses?
Well, it's
And
just the detail.
Drives me nuts. I know. I understand people like to look lovingly in slow-mo detail at every single details of these fucking cars. But why? I don't understand. Maybe just because I'm not a car person. I'm just like, oh, that's a car, that looks like a pretty car, and I'll look at it for like,
Car go fast.
30 seconds, 30 seconds maybe, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm done. And some people can look at it for like hours. I'm sure you, whatever you get out of that, good for you. But I can't understand allocating that many resources for fucking cactus needles on a cactus plant when literally you could give that to any other smaller IP, as it were, and then they could probably make a whole game off the budget of adding fucking needles on cactus plants.
Oh yeah. Well, EA has always been really interesting when it comes.
Also, Forza is Microsoft.
Is it? Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I'm just saying that this is...
Yeah.
EA's always kind of been interesting because in some ways, I get that they're trying to be ahead of the curve, especially when they're trying to predict things, you know, like trends and things like that. But fuck, they always miss the mark. Like, one thing that was interesting, talking about the, what was the female writer that you were simping about for a second ago? What was her name?
Amy Hennig.
Amy, okay, I thought it was like, oh, her name's Amy Hennig. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, confirm real fast.
Yeah, it's fine. Amy Hennig, you were correct.
Yeah, Amy Hennig. I think one of the things that came out about that story that she said was like, yeah, no, they were super focused on focus groups. And they were saying like, well, no, according to our focus groups, no one's going to care if there's no Jedi in it. Where are the Jedi? You know, where's Chewbacca? They loved, you know, our focus groups love Chewbacca. Where's Lando? You know, where are these classical characters? And it's interesting.
It's like, no, we could make new characters, you see?
Well, yeah. Well, and it's funny because you look
if you're making a new character, that has to go through
approval.
A lot more. Like, yeah, there's a lot more approval.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a lot of approval if you're using Luke Skywalker, but
yeah,
but you had a whole series.
It's whatever Disney.
You had a whole
wants,
series of The Mandalorian, just to use a Star Wars reference, where it's like, oh, you have.
But that's Disney themselves.
I know that's Disney themselves, but EA also own the rights, and they have to pitch a thing where it's like, here's a thing we can do, and also don't forget, after the success of The Mandalorian, which is like, you know, it's so successful, they didn't actually think that anyone was going to want to buy Baby Yoda merchandise. To the point
Which is surprising.
It's like they had to
I find that to be a lie.
No, because they went after people on Etsy stores and shit, making like
I can't believe
dolls.
Disney did not see Baby Yoda as a marketing thing.
Here's the thing about Disney. They do like no market research. Fucking none. So when Frozen happened, they thought, oh, you know who little girls are gonna want to be? Fucking Anna. Not the fucking ice princess with the fucking powers.
Well, I mean...
No, they're gonna be a wet blanket of a fucking sister. That's who they're gonna want to be. And it got to the point where you had to pay to be in a raffle for the chance of buying a fucking Elsa doll at one point. That's how big the demand was in terms of like how many they actually fucking made.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, it is really funny though when they try to do market research and then they see how just fucking off they were. Because like, I remember like with Star Wars Battlefront 2, the campaign missions, there were some of them that fucking just felt like this was like corporate said we need a mission with Lando. They want it now. You know, and they did that with like Lando, Han, Luke, Leia. I don't think you didn't get one with Chewbacca, but it's just like they felt
all
so
the
forced and tacked
names,
on.
Yeah.
Like another one of my favorite one, I guess one of the things I'd love to point out is like, I bet you they said like, okay, we have to have a romantic subplot. Like our market research says we need a romance plot. And I swear to fucking God, they tacked it on at the end with like two characters that showed no chemistry, like no romantic chemistry together. Nothing like that. And it's just like, okay, this is dumb. Whatever. Like, it kind of showed a great character with, like, it almost would have been better if they just went in, like, yeah, no, they got, after the, battle of, Jakku and all that shit, they, started dating, got married, had a kid, and just, like, set it off screen versus just, like, okay, this just feels tacked on and dumb, but whatever.
Okay, just to have a look, I just looked up like the list of EA games that sort of we know about come out, and oh my god, like, wow, it's just the slimmest fucking pickings you could imagine. So this is the extent of the, to be announced
Maybe there'll be
stuff.
Unravel 3. That'll make me happy.
Sure. That was such Peggle 2 energy.
Dude, Peggle is no. Peggle
shush,
is great.
shush,
Peggle is great. Peggle's
so
a fantastic game.
Bear in mind, we know no Dragon Age, no Mass Effect, so they're off. Lost in Random, which I have no idea what the fuck that is.
I don't know.
Madden
what that is.
NFL, so
nothing.
sport ball. Battlefield 2042, okay, you've already talked about.
Whoop, whoop.
Untitled Battlefield mobile game. Untitled Need for Speed game, Cars. EA Sports PGA Tour sport ball of some variation. Rush Heart.
PGA Tours Golf.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a sport ball. All sports with balls are sport ball, okay? Rush Heart, I have no idea what that is. Skate 4.
Wait, what was that? What was that one?
Rush Heart. It doesn't even have like an actual Wikipedia page yet. Star Wars Rise to Power, which seems to be an Android game. Untitled Motive Studios games, and they're the guys who did Battlefront, so it's presumably another Star Wars thing.
Oh yeah, that is the rumor I think for Dead Space.
Possible.
Is Motive doing it, and the
Because we
idea
all know what
of
happened to the studio that actually made the original Dead Spaces, because they got fucking cannibalized.
Yeah, and they are also making a game inspired by Dead Space. That's name I can't remember, but I absolutely love the trailer. It makes me so excited for it.
Yeah, I remember when I saw the trailer for that, and I'll look up what it is because I was thinking like, wow, is this a Dead Space? It feels like a Dead Space. It looks like a Dead Space. And then the guy, I recognized him immediately. The director of the Dead Space games walked on. I was like, oh, it's that guy! Yay, good for him.
But I'm excited. This seems a bit different than I was originally thinking, that they were just going to do like a Dead Space 1, 2, 3, the way they did the Mass Effect trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're doing, like, what the rumor is that it's going to be akin to Resident Evil 2, where
the Callisto Protocol.
they're like,
that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Where they're remaking the first game in. It's still the first game of how the story is told and everything like that, but some of the mechanics are different and adjusted to just better suit the story and to fit with some of the later games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, no, I can see that being fun or something kind of cool, because I remember in the first game, I didn't like the zero gravity as much as I did in Dead Space 2. I like how you could actually move around in it rather than just jumping from side to side. So, like, that being a change would be kind of nice. But I would look forward to that.
Okay, I was just having a glance at the Callisto Protocol Wikipedia page, and it seems that not only is it the...
it's related to PUBG.
The director is also doing... I know it's related to PUBG, we already discussed that. But not only is it the director that's also come across from Visceral, which made Dead Space, but there's a lot of other key... roles that have been filled by people who also worked on the original Dead Space. So, including Scott Whitney, who is a designer on the Dead Space series, Christopher Stone, who is an animation director. So, out of 150 of the employees, 25 to 30 of them are from Visceral originally.
And it sounds like they are in leading positions.
Yeah.
Which, like... Sure, like, they may have 150 employees and only 30 of them maybe that, but it's like, okay, well, say
you know what I love
a
about...
handful of them are just, like, doing like, they may be doing in QA or stuff like that. It's like, that's fine that they may not be the exact same people.
You know what I love about fucking Dead Space, though? Because essentially what Dead Space is haunted house in space. It's been done before in movies and things. But what it gets really, really right, really fucking right, is the sound design. You can't walk or stand in that game without hearing creaks and scuttlings and groans of the shit, and it's fucking spectacular. The whole thing.
I remember...
Surprised it said haunted house in space and didn't say, like, alien.
I played...
Event Horizon.
Yeah, I played the demo for Dead Space 2. And I remember playing it, and it made me realize, nope, I can't do horror games, because... I barely got out of the first part and, like, ran for, like, and I had, like, run through a few corridors and stuff like that, and I heard creaking behind me, and I went, huh, what? Oh, God! what are they called? Necromorphs?
Yeah.
Yeah, necromorphs. Oh, fuck! Necromorphs! Ba ba ba! Oh, okay. Creaking behind me. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, shit! Necromorph! Ba 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 ba! Behind me.
Yeah, no,
so I just stayed
scary,
in one spot and just went around in circles. And then finally, when it was all done, I was like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm out.
So you
funny
looped
story
him.
to tell
Sounds
you,
like you
so,
should be, you're ready for Dead by Daylight.
I have a funny story to tell you because when I played the original Dead Space, the first one, you have that whole bit where you're running from the necromorph and you go in the lift, you go in the elevator for a bit.
Yeet.
And I was like, okay, I'm good, I can handle this, I can do this. And I got sort of, there's a little bit of an area you go through then, but then when you leave that area, there's a corpse that just drops from the fucking ceiling. No necromorphs, no nothing, just corpse falls from the ceiling. I screamed, this was in broad daylight, screamed, fell off the thing I was sat on, ran out of the room, still screaming, and I was just like, and my mum came up, I was like, what's wrong? I was just like, thankfully my tolerance has gone way up, but I will say Resident Evil Village is fucking terrifying. And I'll say this because it's been out for a few weeks, so anyone who has the chance to play it has played it. Because if I can convince you how good this one goddamn section of it is, it's fantastic. The Bien Viento estate, which anyone who knows is already just going, oh god, because the whole thing starts off with this very grandiose, very gothic horror. There's like lichens and werewolves and big-titted vampire ladies, and it's like, oh, this is fantastic, this is great. Very schlocky, over-the-top horror. Then you get to the Bien Viento estate, and suddenly everything chills the fuck out, and it's like, oh, look how normal this all is. Isn't this normal? What little comfortable space this is? Oh, there's a creepy doll. Don't worry about the creepy doll. It's all fine. Just go to the basement. Go to the basement. It's all good. And then all your guns get taken away from you. And you're like, oh no. Oh no. All my safety. All my safety. Where's it gone? Where's my safety? And then oh god, is it the Baron? Yeah, the Baron of the Bien Viento estate, who's a creepy fucking doll, of course, just out the fuck of nowhere, just constructs this, just leaves in front of you this doll of your dead wife that you then have to sort of pry apart to look for clues in order to get out of the room, including things like removing her arm, taking her bloody wedding ring off, opening her mouth to get something that's in it, looking at her eye to get something that's in there. It's just the most uncomfortable shit. And of course the whole, and it's all the while this tension is building and building and building of like, oh, you failed her, you let her down. What do you think she was thinking when she died? It's just digging the nail, it is digging the fucking knife in. And it's like, oh yeah, also this is about finding my daughter, isn't it? And then this, oh god, you hear a baby crying. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Because you know for a fact it can't be your actual kid. But it's this distorted and grotesque fetal abomination thing, and it's huge. It's fucking huge. It's like the size of an elephant, and it's crawling after you, laughing, going, Dada! And I was like, I'm gonna hide and not come out again forever. How about that? And
Fair.
Yeah, and I didn't want to see what happened if it caught you. I was just like, if it catches me, I might have a fucking heart attack. Because and bear in mind, I experienced that as a parent.
Yeah, fair.
And so I was just like, oh god, this is like laser targeted at all my worst shit. And it's really heartbreaking because when you do finally get away from it and you can hear it coming after you, which is obviously very panic-inducing, you get in the elevator, you slam it in his face, and then it just cries as you lift back up, and you're like, was that real? Was that a hallucination? Or is that actually a crying giant baby thing down there I've just abandoned? It's awful. Yeah, and that's just, it's so good because, like I said, that wouldn't have anywhere near the impact it didn't have if you didn't start very big with all the very grandiose, big-titted vampire goth ladies shit, and then suddenly he's like, we're going to go for your fucking jugular now. And I had to really give him credit, because I was like, this is spectacularly designed horror, between everything of the visuals and the sound and the design of everything involved is just mwah! Chef's kiss for that whoever came up with the entire sequence. And Resi Village is pretty good as a game anyway, so I do recommend it to anyone who just wants to play it.
A big moment that scared me with gaming, besides like being snuck up on by a Minecraft creeper, because that's always terrifying.
Oh yeah, no matter what.
I was playing BioShock Infinite. When you're near the end, you're creeping through this area where there are these things called the Boys of Silence, or something like that.
Yeah,
and there are these
heads, and
characters with sirens on. And there's a moment where you're sneaking through. I don't remember what the objective was, but you're sneaking through and you find this lever, and you pull the lever, and when you turn around, because you walk into this room, you find this lever, you just pull it, and you turn around. Right behind you is a Boy of Silence that spawns and screams.
Yeah.
As that happened, my dad opened up the door to the room that I was in, and I straight up just like, I quit life for like 30 seconds.
You disassociated the fuck out of your own body.
And oh, it was great. It was, I mean, because, like, I love horror. I was not a good child where I would, as a 3-year-old or stuff like that, I would watch horror movies I was absolutely not supposed to be watching, like Chucky and things like that.
How do you get access to most of that shit? You just...
Oh, American television.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I was thinking, like, oh, did you sneak down and watch the VHSs or something? But
I mean, hey, as long as a titty wasn't shown, it didn't matter.
Oh,
but... well, I mean, there's still kind of that stuff shown in horror movies.
Yeah.
I was a little shit, no surprise. I would sneak downstairs.
Really?
And
I never
in our, my dad, being the badass that he is, he refurbished our basement, and kind of turned that into like a little room for me. And I would sneak into the basement, and I would watch horror movies down there. And I would, as a little kid, I would be scared. And so I would have PBS or something on the remote control that was like last channel. So when Chucky was strangling a person by like putting a pillow over their mouth and like sitting on them like that, and he's like suffocating, I'm like, okay, this is scary. And I swap over to Teletubbies for a few seconds and just kind of like watch that and then go back to Chucky.
Okay, yeah. Do you ever have like, because this fascinated me because my version of this, I only found out within the last like couple of years what the fuck it was. Did you ever just like were channel hopping? Because of course this isn't really a phenomenon anymore, because of course everyone now has the internet to just check what the fuck it was. And you saw something, like either the tail end of something or the middle of something, you have no idea what the story is or what's going on, but it's seared on your fucking brain because of what the chaos it fucking was. And my version of that is, have you seen Death Becomes Her?
No.
Because there is a scene in that where Meryl Streep blasts a shotgun hole in Goldie Hawn's stomach. She gets knocked into a fountain. She stands back up again and says, I have a hole in my stomach. And I saw that scene as a kid and I was just like, what the fuck? And like viscerally, it is seared in my brain. I can remember what she's wearing, what she looks like, the fact that she's soaking wet from stood in the fountain. And years later, Goldie Hawn was doing an interview about it. I was like, that's that fucking movie! Oh my god! And I watched it and I was like, oh, that was pretty fucking good and funny. But like, when I was a kid, just seeing that shit entirely out of context. And yeah, it's very campy and silly, but of course when you're a kid, that kind of heightened, almost like comedy horror level is still pretty fucking weird. Because, you know, it's almost like that sort of heightened fairy tale like horror that's in stuff like Return to Oz, where you're just like, oh, it's not, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this dream logic shit. No.
Yeah, fair enough there.
I would say thing that is like burned in my head forever, like something I just will not unsee, was Cannibal Holocaust.
I have not seen that. I have elected to stay the fuck away from that because there's some shit I don't need in my brain. I don't need that.
It is such a wild movie that the directors got arrested because the people thought that it was an actual snuff film.
Yeah.
That is a movie.
Yeah, and I've seen that 1920s movie where a guy just slits open an eyeball. It's a special effect.
The 1920s?
There was I will find what it's called for those interested. I'm sure film buffs among our audience.
Because there is a movie where a guy cuts his eye open called Would You Rather.
It's not
and
that.
That was a very uncomfortable scene to watch.
Because it was actually made by Salvador Dali, and I forget who the other person was. But basically, the whole thing was to try and simulate a surreal nightmare. So there's a bit where someone's dragging 2 pianos with dead donkeys in them across a room. There's bits where...
Is this the original Ring film? Like, what was that objective?
No, like I said, I will fucking look it up for you. Like I said, it was made by Salvador Dali, among other people. Yeah, it's called Un Chien Andalou. It's a French, obviously. The Andalusian Dog. Silent surrealist film by Louise Buñuel and Salvador Dali.
And when was that?
That was 1929. So it's silent, it's in black and white, but it is viscerally upsetting in a way that, is insane for what it is. Because if you think of how like desensitized we are to like horror, and we know all about special effects and all that stuff, imagine seeing that kind of shit in like the 1920s and being like,
oh, I mean, Psycho had people leaving the theater, like women fainted.
Yeah.
And
same with The Exorcist.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I still feel like just the atmosphere with The Exorcist and stuff like that still holds up in a manner. It may not be as scary.
I think I'm a little immune to like 90% of religious horror because I'm just like, nah.
Well, like religious horror is a bit different, but like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that is still a frightening movie to me.
Just the bit where he sort of jumps up with the hammer
and hits the guy, and he just like twitches on the ground. Oh, it was the door slams shut. You're just like, oh no.
Because the really effective part of that is the fucking door slam. Because the second that door slams, everything that is happening to that dude is in your imagination. And there's nothing that's going to compete with that they could actually put on screen.
Sadly, I do not enjoy playing Leatherface in Dead by Daylight. He is much more of an aggressive, up-in-your-face kind of person. That's just not how
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's... have you heard of the behind-the-scenes making that film?
Oh,
It was a nightmare in of itself.
I forget the actress's name, but I was at MCM Comic Con and they had a Horror Legends panel, and the main actress in Texas Chainsaw was there. Like I said, I can't remember her name, I'll think of it in a minute. But I met Tony Todd, who is Candyman, among other wonderful roles, and I shook his hand and I told him how much I loved him in Star Trek, and specifically Deep Space Nine, because he was fantastic in that. And Kane Hodder sat next to him, and he was sassing him the entire time. I was like, oh, Kane Hodder's this fucking sweetheart.
That's awesome.
So that's my con story, was that I got to go say hi to Kane Hodder and Tony Todd.
Nice.
But, like,
and then Nolan North of other people.
In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there's a scene where they're in the kitchen, and there's like all those bodies and stuff like that.
The rotting fucking food. Yeah.
Those are actual rotting meat because that was cheaper than using fake stuff.
And it was under the lights, and they didn't have any like
in
air
the Texas
conditioning.
heat. Oh, like actors threw up. Oh, it was. And then
Not
some of the
surprising.
characters, like the actor for like Kane Hodder for Leatherface,
He wasn't for Leatherface. He was
Kane Hodder
Jason.
is Jason.
Yeah.
Whoever the actor is for Leatherface was like wearing a mask in that.
I'm
And,
blanking on his name, but he's I think
and
he passed
they
away
also had an
recently.
actual chainsaw. I think the
Yes,
actor
they
cut
did.
himself a bit
When
during that
he-
famous
there's the-
thing where he's spinning.
That was when he is chasing the girl through the woods. Bear in mind, he's got a fucking face on, the mask
Yeah.
on. He can't see shit. The chainsaw doesn't have teeth in it, but it's still a fucking chainsaw. And his foot like caught a root or something, so he fell. And as he fell, he let go of the chainsaw. So the chainsaw fucking like spun in the air and then landed, down in the dirt about a foot away from his head.
Yeah, like I mean, shit
Gunnar
got
Hansen.
wild.
That was his
Oh
name.
yeah.
Shit got wild on that, but I mean, I think it was not the first slasher because that was Psycho. Yeah, I don't even think that was Psycho. I think that was the first popular
Psycho is a
slasher.
slasher. Yeah.
But
Psycho still holds the fuck up right up until the last 2-ish minutes where a psychologist sits down and just explains to the audience like, oh yes, he's a very traumatized individual and blah 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 blah. It's like, I don't need to hear this.
But I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre was before Friday 13th and
I will
Nightmare on Elm
check.
Street and
'Cause I just had it
Halloween.
up.
Or no?
So-
Wait, was it before? Was it Halloween first, or did Night?
So Texas Chainsaw Massacre was 1974 and Halloween was...
There's a new Halloween movie coming out.
It looks so good. The last one was also
The
very good.
trailer for the new one looks insane.
Yes. Because
Oh my
I-
god, Myers Slaughter's like this fire department group that come
Yeah.
in and it. Oh my goodness.
So,
Oh.
1978. So Texas Chainsaw predates Halloween by 4 years.
Ah.
But obviously it got banned most places, so it took a while for it to kind of be appreciated for the horror legend that it is. But yeah, that movie is kind of great because not only does it give Jamie Lee Curtis a fucking Jew, but it seems I actually kind of liked how in the last one, which was, I think it's just called Halloween, they were just like, we're gonna bring Michael back to being sort of a very grounded killer. And now in the one that's coming up, they seem to be implying, oh yes, he is a supernatural being, because of course he is. How else
He's
the fuck could he
evil
survive?
incarnate.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was still evil incarnate in the kind of remake thing-ish of whatever the prior one is. But it was more grounded than Halloween
Tell you what,
4 or like the one that had the witches in it. Like that shit got weird.
Yeah, the fucking let me say that until the Halloween one that they just did, the best Halloween movie, or at least my favorite, was Halloween 3, because I still occasionally sing Happy Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. It's just because I'm like, yeah, that film was fucking great. Because originally they wanted it to be like a kind of anthology where it wasn't just tied to the Michael Myers thing, where it was just lots of different types of Halloween-based horror shit that happened, which is cool because horror anthologies are always great.
Oh yeah.
And we need
Trick
to
or
have
Treat.
more of them. Trick or Treat, I fucking love, and not enough
There's
people have seen it. I
Trick or
even
Treat.
tweeted about it the other day.
There's VHS, ABCs of Horror. Oh, those are great.
There's like stuff like oh god, I'm blanking. There's so many good ones, and because
XX.
I don't think I've seen that one, but
It's one that is all female directors, I think.
ooh, I like that one.
It's,
I like the sound of
it's a
that.
horror anthology with female directors, I
And
think.
because I'm always on the hunt for new horror stuff. Because I actually listened to a great podcast called the No Sleep Podcast. If you are remotely keen on listening to the horror as a concept, then I highly recommend it. Also, the cast and creators are all fantastic and lovely on Twitter and things.
Yeah, it is XX, and the thing of it is 4 Deadly Tales by 4 Killer Women, and it is directed all like that.
That sounds
great.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something.
Oh, there was also like a what was it, Celebrations or something, and it was all, I think even Kevin Smith did one where it was all centered around horrors of a certain celebration day. So there was like Mother's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter. The St. Patrick's Day one was real weird. Real fucking weird.
Oh, Holiday.
That was it. That's the one.
Yeah. That was one I just kind of played on Netflix one time, and I was like just playing in the background. Man, I was confused by that.
Speaking of like horror remakes and stuff, the Child's Play with Mark Hamill voicing Chucky is pretty fucking good. I like it.
I was not a fan of that.
Why? It's so good.
I wish it had the issue to me that World War Z did. It was, I enjoyed it. That's a comparison I wasn't expecting. I just wish that it used a different name, because Chucky is just because like Chucky having the soul in him is a bit of a thing. It's a bit weird, but it's part of the lore.
The whole voodoo thing was kind of racist and kind of demonizing a culture. It was just like, no, it's not like that, you idiot. So the fact that they updated it and it's like, oh no, it's AI.
I'm even fine with some of the update of it. I just like, it's because of a switch on his back that made him like that, and also Chucky wasn't like Chucky. He wasn't killing to try to get, or he wasn't trying to get his soul out or something like that. He was just more infatuated with Andy. So it's like, if it was something else other than Chucky, that would have been awesome. If it was called Buddy or something like that, like, that would have been much better. I think that using Chucky, it was and same thing with World War Z. I thought that was a fun zombie movie, but that is absolutely nothing at all like the book.
I think that's the other thing, is that a lot of studios will take a script they have and slap a name on it of something, and they'll just be like, oh, that's fine. And you'll be like, okay, it was fine, but it had nothing to do with this thing.
Yeah, and that's my feeling with the Chucky thing. Although there's I don't know if it's a rumor or a thing that's actually been confirmed, but there is a Chucky TV show coming out.
Yes, that is confirmed.
Follows
and it's got, I think it's
line
Julia
of the actual
Dourif,
Chucky movies.
Who's Brad Dourif's daughter is in it, and she's great. She's fucking delightful, because Brad Dourif is one of those actors who can just fucking look at you a certain way and you're either fucking terrified or unhinged, or you're just like put off balance.
Either terrified or turned on, or a little bit of both.
Oh yeah. He's so fucking talented, and it's very clear that his daughter is inherited his gift, because she was in was it Dirk Gently as a what was it as an assassin who was just completely batshit, and she was fantastic. I think she's also in like one of the Purge things, the Purge TV show, I think. But yeah, either way, she's great.
There a Purge movie just came out?
Yeah, they make those. They just fucking, because here's the thing with horror.
I didn't even know. Like,
it's mostly very cheap to make. Yeah, horror is insanely cheap to make for the most part by movie standards, and it always makes a return because people are always hungry for horror. Or, you know, you've got young kids who want to experience horror, or people who want to go on dates.
The Paranormal Activity movies are a great example of that. Those were incredibly cheap to make, but they brought in a lot of money.
Blair Witch is still far and away the most successful film ever made, because it had a dirt budget, and it still was
This is the thing that always excites me with Blair Witch. The remake of it, the girl in that has the dyed hair, that's the voice actress for the female main character in Detroit Become Human.
Really?
Kara?
Yes.
Huh.
I love that.
I think
That
I
is
remember
one of
seeing,
my-
because she's the voice, she's the face model as well, isn't she? So I think at one point I was just like, Kara!
She has a kind of disappointing death in the movie, but that excites me. And I also love that movie because that has one of my favorite kind of like gross out scenes where this bone is in this woman's leg.
Ew.
As they were crossing water, she thinks something bit her in her leg or something like that. And then later on, like, she's looking at that place that got bit and it's infected or something like that. And she starts pulling out this, like, spine of a different creature that's in her leg. And it's just, like, pus and like, oh.
Delightful.
And I saw that. I was like, damn, that's
also,
nasty.
because we've brought up Detroit Being Human, I'm going to take this moment and say, fuck David Cage. Fuck him. He's the fucking worst. He thinks he's talented. He's not.
Why, what happened?
Awful. Okay, so David Cage is the director of things like, I forget because they call it like Fahrenheit something or other, but it's like Project
451?
Indigo. He did Detroit Being Human. He did Beyond Two Souls, and he's. Okay, so I want to give you a quick summary of the shit that happens in Detroit Being Human, where you have a group of people who are treated as an underclass, who have to sit at the back of the bus, who have their quote, subhuman status recognized by having triangles on their clothing that they have to wear. They march with their hands up. Their symbol at one point is a raised fist in graffiti, but there's no analogies to real world issues. They're just robots. It's like,
oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
No.
dude, like, and he's like a known fucking creep with a massive ego. For instance, like in the Beyond Two Souls, allegedly, I'm just keeping myself here. Allegedly, rumors I've heard. In Beyond Two Souls, there's a scene where Elliot Page's character has a shower. Fine, that's a thing that happens in games. And I'm sure, Tucky, you know this, that just from a logical
the modding
standpoint.
thing?
Yeah, from a logical standpoint, you don't have to fully render the whole body because you're only seeing, like, above their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But Elliot Page had
if
a meticulously detailed
nude model.
model in
I
that
feel
scene.
like the reason though behind that is they already have the model for the character, so it's just toss the model into that
meticulously
scene.
rendered private parts.
Well,
Why?
I do know that there'll be modeled boobs. I don't know about vaginas much, but I do know that.
It was completely anatomically accurate, as it were, which of course everyone found.
Was it accurate to?
I don't know. I'm not going to ask Elliot Page to confirm that.
Because
Either way,
I don't think it's specific to.
Either way,
to-
it's a fucking weird thing to have. And
Yeah.
also saying things
Yeah.
like, I can't be home. I don't know if he ever said this, but the impression I get from him is like, I can't be homophobic because I'm friends with Elliot Page. It's like, that's not how it works, dude.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, that's always a weird.
Yeah. And also just bullying people who didn't, like reviewers who didn't give him perfect scores and shit like that. Just, wow.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Because I think, as a society, we need to get the fuck away from this idea of the auteur. You know, that person who is solely responsible for making a project or a movie. So, I know you've got people like, I'm not specifically pointing out these people, but like you've got like a Hideo Kojima or, you know, a...
Gabe Newell.
Yeah, you got all these people who are just like, oh, it's the game made by this person. It's like, no, it isn't. They might have directed it, but it was made by hundreds of other people. So where's their fucking credit for it? I know.
I mean,
they
that's
like to have,
always
like,
been my
rockstar
view.
Developers. I know. I'm just saying that it infuriates me because if you have this idea that this one person is, you know, your rock star developer or creator or whatever, then that person gets away, can get away with a lot of abuse. Like I said, I'm not saying that, you know, Hideo Kojima is abusive or anything. I'm just saying that the amount of focus they put on that one creator ends up implying that a lot of other people didn't get the credit they should do on the stuff they worked on. And I think that's a real shame. That's my soapbox. I'm off my soapbox.
Well, if you're off the soapbox, it also is about time that we wrap up the podcast. Is there any other last thing that y'all want to mention?
Oh, I have two little things. One thing, just gonna say praise to Spiders because weird sentence, I know. Spiders is the developer that made Greedfall because they announced that their gold edition for Greedfall was coming to next gen, and they dropped it and included it with an expansion that also went to previous titles. And they announced it and they dropped it within like a week with like no build up. And I was just like, what? That's happening now? Okay, that happened. So I've been playing.
Can also
it's great.
praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
As Dark Souls 3 got an FPS boost with the Xbox Series X, I think 2 days ago or something like that. And it's really smooth. It's really good.
Okay, and the patch for Baldur's Gate 3, if you've been playing it, it's fucking great, is dropping on Tuesday, and that means that all the previous saves are incompatible, so I have an excuse to roll up a new character for Baldur's Gate 3 and start again. That game is so good, you guys. Like, if anyone has the capacity to play it who likes RPGs like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and you haven't played it yet and you have the capacity to, please give it a try. Or at least watch some YouTube videos of it. Because if anything, it's probably my favourite character creator system that I've come across. The hair looks so good. So good. And you've got little tattoos and things you can choose. And yeah, it's not the most detailed thing in the world, but you can combine it with so many different varieties. I've seen wildly different characters come out of this thing between different races and genders. And by races, I mean like D&D races. So you've got like tieflings and halflings and you don't have Asmar yet, but
Yep, you're right. You are correct.
Either way, so just please. I'm just trying to draw attention to it because it's so good and the writing is so good. And if you're a romance person like I am, give the romances a shot because they're all very lovely and well written. And that's me. I'm good.
Ooh, Age of Empires 2, the remaster, got co-op. Like,
what?
co-op is now integrated into some of the campaigns.
Also, they're doing, when you said Age of Empires, I thought you were going to say Age of Empires 4, because that's coming out soon, isn't it? And
I don't know when that is coming out,
because I loved Age of Empires 3 as a kid, and so when they said Age of Empires 4, I was like, Jesus Christ, when did they release Age of Empires 3? And then I looked it up, and I felt old, and I'm not going to say when it was.
Seeker, then you should get Game Pass on PC because Age of Empires 2 Remaster is on there, and that is better than Age of Empires 3. And the entire community will agree with me.
I can't because
my
shitty abusive ex played that, and he blasted the sound effects of that, and he used cheats, so anytime there was like a celebration noise, it was constant, so now that's a triggering noise for me.
Fair then.
Yeah.
So, Age of Empires 4 will still be on Game Pass.
It is coming out October 28th of this year.
Ooh. Man, a lot of games are coming out with October. That's when Battlefield 2042 is, Far Cry 6. There's no announced date for Infinite. But it's just releases. like I'm looking, August seems to be a little dry. There seem to be some good releases, but it seems like the good releases really aren't happening until October.
Well, yeah, and that's pretty normal. I mean, most of the time, the summer is usually pretty dead for video game releases.
It'll be filled, though. My guess is Battlefield 2042. They'll announce the beta or something. They may even say, like, a beta starts right now.
Oh, also, it's House of Ashes, which is the latest one of the...
not Man of Medan.
Yes, the Dark Anthology series, which is very good.
Dark Pictures.
And I really want to see that one. Because I'm just having a look. See, what do we have here? September is... Ni no Kuni again? Oh, that's for Switch. Okay, fair enough. What is Pokemon Unite? I have no idea. Life is Strange Remastered. October. Exophobia, no idea. Far Cry 6. Back for Blood.
When is Far Cry 6?
Is it in October?
Yeah.
The Idolmaster Starlit Season, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. The Demon Slayer game, that's when House of Ashes is dropping in October. I knew there was something else. Guardians of the Galaxy is dropping, Age of Empires is dropping, Ghostwire Tokyo, apparently, which was that thing Ikumi Nakamura was working on and then wasn't. So then November is Just Dance.
Yes.
GTA 5 on PS5.
Yes.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker thing, the expansion. And in December it's Danganronpa Decadence, okay, and Dying Light 2. That seems to be pretty much it. And Shredders, apparently, whatever the fuck that is. Apparently it's a sports game, but I have no idea.
And that is pretty much it for the podcast. Scott, or do you have anything?
The only thing I would like to add is the fact that in measuring extreme temperatures, Kelvin is superior to Celsius.
Yes. Are there
I
other
prefer
temperature
Malcolm's
measurements?
Yeah, Kelvin. Kelvin's one of
Well,
them.
I mean,
Kelvin is like what you would use to like. Technically speaking, like
are there only 3 measurements for temperature? Is what I'm
that are used in scientific
like
study,
Celsius,
pretty much.
Fahrenheit, and Kelvin.
Yeah.
There's no like weird one or something.
I'm
like
sure
that?
there's probably weird ones for different systems, but for like
That
really
always fascinates
niche things. But generally, like Kelvin is something where you would use like when someone talks about absolute zero, that's in Kelvin, because technically speaking, they have it scaled to where like 0 is absolute 0.
Ooh.
Which
I
is
found some. Okay.
The other
So
thing
we got
that may
Kelvin, Celsius, and Fahrenheit. One called Rankine, which is an absolute scale of thermodynamic temperature named after Glasgow University engineer. Cool.
Something I want to bring up just
Delisle.
before we get onto this temperature bullshit again is did you see that not only did they release a new version of Doki Doki Literature Club, they released more stuff for Doki Doki Literature Club, which
And it's on console.
Yeah, and if anyone hasn't played it, don't look anything up.
No, play it.
Just play it.
No, play it.
Go
Play
play it.
You know,
play it.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was just wanting to trigger Seeker. That's all I wanted, and then the outro would go out just with
And then
Seeker
there's
yelling at
Delisle.
me. But fine, I see how it is. Fine,
There's
don't fall into
Delisle.
the trap.
I
Which
don't
I'm
wanna shout at
probably
you, Scott. You're too
mispronouncing,
nice.
which was a temperature
I'll
scale
shout
invented in
at you.
1732. There's the Newton scale, which is done by Isaac Newton.
Tucker, I
This
will
is more-
fucking end you. I will find you,
Romer.
and
Romer.
I will end you. This is
But the Danish astronomer Romer. What are these temperature scales, though? What is the symbol? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I
Tucker,
wouldn't be surprised if
get
there
off
were
the
like.
internet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like older temperatures that were like used for a while, and then like pretty much once like the turn of the 20th century, they just got rid of a lot of them. But
Okay.
like Newton's is generally a measurement of force. It's not usually of temperature.
Seeing as how Delisle has the surface of the sun at negative 8,140.
Yeah, there's a reason.
An absolute 0 at 550. Oh, so it went backwards.
Anyway, that's our podcast. Thanks so much for listening before I kill myself.
Yes, we have a Discord. That's in the description. Come
Yes.
join us. We just got a bot in there, and it's kind of fun. We're poking around a little bit with it until it takes over. We also have YouTube channels and Twitters and that stuff. That's all
Feel
in
free
the description.
to email us and send us messages because I will actually be checking the podcast questions. So if there is anything
adorable.
that you would like to ask us, I will happily prod these two for answers, and hopefully we can come up to some sort of satisfying conclusion to this.
Yeah, boyos.
Yes. So, we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I tried to belch instead of saying hi, but I had to release it too soon. So
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't hear anything, though.
I have very small belches.
So why were you expecting that then to work if you knew it was going to be quiet?
My microphone is a little sensitive, so it cropped up on Audacity. So literally, like the first thing, I could send you a little like snippet of a tiny little belch that I had.
I mean, I don't think that's necessary. But
I'm just proving to you that it existed. It happened.
It existed. Jesus.
It happened.